Today we'll be talking about the offensive lineman free agency class and who the Jets could target. Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today, like I said, I'll be talking about offensive linemen, people I think the Jets could maybe target, and so much more fun. Before we get started today, I just wanted to mention that you can follow along with me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. You can also subscribe to the Just Jets podcast, wherever it is you get your podcast. New episodes come out every single Monday, and of course, we got the Clips channel to break it up into small little bits as well. Okay, so the Jets have made pretty good strides on the offensive line. They're not quite there yet, but they still need some help. And really, to me, the position I have circled is right guard. Last year, they went into it with Greg Van Roten. He started for a little bit, and then they brought in Duvernay Tardif. LDT filled in and was pretty good, but do you want to bring him back as a starter? Maybe I would like probably a little bit of an upgrade and maybe a little bit more of a sure thing, but in a small sample size, he did look pretty good. Now, Morgan Moses is another one who is a free agent, and I don't think he is coming back because I think he wants to be guaranteed a starting spot, which that is not the case in the slightest for him here with the New York Jets. Mekhi Becton will be back, and we don't know if Becton or Fant is going to start on the left side. The other one presumably would start on the right side, and there may even be another rookie here as well for depth. So I don't necessarily think Morgan Moses is going to sign up for a maybe starting job. I think he played well enough, so he's going to look to find a more sure thing. Again, good stopgap for the New York Jets last year, but I don't see him coming back. So that really leaves one thing that you have to figure out: right guard, or just guard in general. And how do you do that? Well, a big name that people love to bring up is Brandon Scherff. He's 30 years old. Last year, played 11 games, 19 pressures, 0 sacks, which is phenomenal, 1 hit, which is really good, but the issue with him is always the same thing. It's his inability to stay on the football field. 11 games, 13, 11, and 8 over the last 4 years. Penalties were a little bit of an issue as well. It's probably going to cost you 15, 16, 17 million a year in that range over about, I don't know, maybe 4 years. I don't know. I would be surprised if Joe Douglas shells out big time money for a guy who really hasn't shown that he could stay healthy over the last 4 years of a sample size. So I'm going to say no. I don't think Brandon Scherff is going to be a New York Jet. Again, good player, a very good player when he's on the field, but just not nearly on the field enough. So I'm going to pass on Scherff. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is here with a huge offer for the big game this weekend, giving you and all new users 56-1 odds on any team that they like in the big game. All you have to do is bet $5 on either team in the game, and if your team wins, you get $280 in free bets. It's really that easy. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to get in on this. If the sportsbook's not available in your state yet, don't worry. Everyone can play for their share of millions of dollars in total prizes with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Football Contests. So here's what you do. You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use my promo code Matt O'Leary, and get 56-1 odds on this weekend's big game. Bet just $5 and you can win up to $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code Matt O'Leary at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The next guy on the list that maybe they could target is Laken Tomlinson. Familiar face, San Francisco 49ers. Mike LaFleur is obviously going to know him well. Robert Saleh is also going to know him pretty well. He's just 29 years old, 2 sacks on the year, not terrible, 7 hits, 15 hurries, 24 pressures, which is okay numbers. It's not phenomenal, but it's about middle of the pack. So I have 2 other guys after Laken Tomlinson that I'm going to talk about too, and I think I kind of clump them all in the same group, around $9 or $10 million a year. I'm intrigued. I'm definitely interested in that range. I think it would be an upgrade of what the Jets have, but is it something that I'm running to do on the first day of free agency? Probably not. Again, he would be an upgrade, but a little inconsistent over the last couple of years for my taste. But you can say that he knows the scheme. So that's where the interest kind of comes in, is that his ability to come in and play, and probably play pretty well, because it's not that much of a new system right away. Another guy who gets brought up a ton, James Daniels, 24 years old. Now, that's probably his best trait, is that he's still young at 24 years old, because he had some issues with pressures and penalties. 40 pressures, 9 penalties. 9 penalties. That's a lot. He's good in zone and he's good in the run. Struggled a little bit in pass protection. Has played left guard in the past. Probably better at right guard. But if there's an injury, like let's say, I don't know, maybe it's a tackle gets injured and Elijah Vera Tucker has to move outside. Fine. Maybe Elijah Vera Tucker gets hurt and you want to move Daniels over to the left side. Okay, fine. He can do that. And at $9 million, it wouldn't be atrocious. I wouldn't be upset about it, but there is some risk here, and it wouldn't be my favorite play if I'm the New York Jets and I'm trying to, improve my offensive line and really build this thing out. I would, again, I like that he's a little bit on the younger side, but I don't know, man. If I'm going after someone in free agency, the guy that I have circled is Austin Corbett. He's 26 years old, from the Los Angeles Rams. He's thrived in Sean McVay's wide zone scheme, which is, obviously pretty similar to what they're going to be running here with the Jets. All those guys come from the same coaching tree. The Shanahan, the LaFleurs, all of them are all roped in together from that insane 2013 Washington coaching staff. He also has really good hands. 34 pressures is a touch high. 3 sacks, 6 hits, 25 hurries. But here's something that I really like. Just 2 penalties. 2. He's not someone who gets penalized a lot. That's a home run there. And I think he's steady. You put, whether it be Mekhi Becton or George Fant on the opposite side of him, on the outside. Then in the middle, you have Connor McGovern. I also think that's more than fine. And again, I've kind of put all these guys in the same $9 to $10 million range. So to me, he makes the most sense of the bunch. Laken Tomlinson's probably who I would rank second. Daniels, I'm hit or miss on. I know a lot of people really, really like him a lot. Scherff is the big name. Everyone, he's recognizable, can play at a Pro Bowl level when he's healthy, but the health is absolutely something that comes into question, and it's something you have to take into account with him. So I'm going to say the Jets probably pass there. Obviously, again, they could address this in the NFL draft. When the draft gets closer, we are going to do some more previews of offensive linemen and stuff like that. But today, I just wanted to talk about a few offensive line free agents who I think could, maybe be fits, or maybe people that would be interested, that the Jets would be interested in. While I like one, I'm kind of sold on another one, and the other two are for me. I think these are the names that, one, have been brought up a lot. Number two, would make sense. And sure, there are other offensive linemen available, but are you shelling out big money for Teron Armstead? No, we got to make some sense here. I don't think you're paying Ryan Jensen big bucks to come in here with how Connor McGovern finished his season. So there are other options, and you can let me know in the comments. And hopefully you like the visuals as well to go along with it. That is some of the new stuff that I'm doing over on Patreon. So you can get full access to that. Link down below in the description. Patreon.com/Matt O'Leary NY. Official launch is Super Bowl Sunday. Really excited about it. Hope you guys subscribe. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel right here. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. I will talk to you next time.